Hello there, and welcome to Neal Talk. Once again, we want to share with you different tips as we retire. We look for different ways that we can make make our money stretch longer than it has in the past because we're no longer working and we're on what we call a fixed income. And to me, the reason they call it fixed is because you have a real clear understanding of what you're going to get paid regardless. There's no overtime. There's no, I'm going to work a little bit extra this week or this month just to have, unless we tend to go out and get a part-time job or do a little bit of work for doing something that we know how to do or used to do or like, or just a money little making hustle, so to speak. But for those of us that say, I'm going to live on what I have retired on, whether it's my pension and my Social Security, I'm going to be able to come up with a budget to live on this. One of the things that I do, and I think that is not a hack, it's a simple way, is that I look at ways that people are saving money, things to do, especially like things around the house. I was looking at YouTube the other day, and then I thought about calling this company because my floor had a spot in it. I had, was talking with someone, laughing or something, and spilled some coffee on the floor. So I used some, and I guess you would call it a hack, that I was told about a while back, was that it's a great spot remover for almost anything, and in carpet at least. I think anything. So what I did was I thought about it, I remembered it, and I went to the dollar store and I bought I believe it was about like a quart of hydrogen peroxide. And I paid maybe $1.25 for it, I think it was. And what I was told was just open the top, and then you just kind of just pour it on the floor. You don't really just spray it. It's the type that I bought have a little bit of hole that you can squirt it. So I did that. I squirted all over the stain, and stuff. It only cost $1.25. So I said, well, I'm thinking it can't hurt, and it couldn't. No, don't believe. So I sprayed it all over the stain. And I did it before I went to bed the other night. Surprisingly, the thing dried up by the next morning, and I looked at it, and I couldn't find the stain. And it blew my mind because I said, now, it's amazing that something this simple can work. And therefore, I started looking around my house, other things, any stain in the carpet. I say, I'll just do it myself and just see. So so another stain. My grandson was here. It was a stain that he had a piece of candy, and my wife got down on her hands and knees and washed it up best she could, but we still saw a little bit of stain there. And so I sprayed the peroxide on it. And surprisingly, after it dried, that was gone. And I was so amazed. And so I told the guy that had told me about it. And he was just as calm as anything. Yeah, man, that works. And it got me to thinking about different times that I have experienced things and done things and had to call people because I had talked with the guy that does carpet cleaning. And he said that they don't really do just a stain. If they come, they'll do a room or pay. Basically, you pay for 2 rooms, about $100. And I mean, technically, that's pretty good. They clean the whole room or something like that. But if I'm gonna start paying for my carpet, let me go ahead and get the whole carpet clean, not just one room or something. Especially because there's just one little small stain there. But I thought about a long time ago, I did some hacks myself and saved so much money compared to calling a plumber or calling a appliance person to do some things. Because at one point I remember changing the I forgot what you call it now, but the thing in your oven, that generates the heat. And I looked at YouTube one day, and I thought about it because my mom had told me she had gotten she was gonna get it changed, but the guy talked her into buying a whole new stove, a whole new oven. And I said, that's a lot. So I said, I'm just gonna look and see, because sitting here being retired, you have a little time from time to time. So I looked on YouTube and they say, well, you just pull the old one out and push the other one in. And that's basically it. Almost as simple as changing a light bulb. And I was thinking, it can't be. But I went ahead and looked at it, put the type that I had in the Google. It came up with at Amazon and say, this is the little piece you need to put in your oven to get it back going. And so I could not believe it. But when I looked at the one in my oven, to this though, and I'm guessing those things just break. But mine had a break in it. And therefore I guess it, stopped the heat from generating through it. So therefore it wouldn't heat up. So I looked at it and had 2 little screws kind of bracing it down. So I removed those little screws and then say, just pull it out. I pulled the thing out and it worked. I said, oh, okay, I guess that's how you do it. And then it was just like a little connector. You just slide in the little slot. So I did that and put the new one in. Now, mind you, the new one cost me, I think, about $12, something like that. And tighten it down. The screws was there, so I didn't need anything. Just tighten it down. And lo and behold, the thing has been working now for a couple of years. And I say, now this is what they mean. I guess when you talk on YouTube, when you have time, you look at it and they talk about different hacks to save you money. But that to me is one of the to me, it was so simple to do. And the problem is nowadays you think of these things that you have that break down, but a lot of these electricians and computer people, because they have the know-how, they can charge what they want. And they don't necessarily take, and they probably shouldn't take into consideration that you're retired on a fixed income. They have to make a living themselves. And they did go to school for those skills. And we all appreciate that. But there's just some things that we can do ourselves to save ourselves money. One was that little stain remover that I'm talking about. It costs you $1.25 to buy you a little peroxide And at nighttime, so that you're not stepping on it or anything like that, or anybody else, step on it because it's wet. Just just put it on there at night before you go to bed, and by morning it's dry. And then if it doesn't work, they said just put it on there again the next night and see. And I've done that in the past, and sure enough, it works. And then if it didn't work the second time, I'm not stressing about it. Oh well, let me try it again. It's only like I say, $1.25 for a whole bottle that you probably get. According to how big your stain is, you certainly can at least spray it 2, 3 times or more based on that bottle. So it's just little things like that that we should be on here sharing as retired people, because it's little things that we can save each other money. Therefore, I ask that you, if you find benefit in this, just like it and share it, and especially subscribe to this channel so that we can reach out to others and hopefully be able to help someone. That's what this channel is all about. Being able to help someone. I know we have talked about Social Security and different current events about Social Security, things that are going on. But we also want to be able to talk about different ways that we can help one another and save one another, save money by sharing our experiences or our knowledge with one another. And we don't need to try to keep everything to ourselves. If what we have can do something, just put it in the comments, but share it most of all. Thank you for your help, and look forward to your subscribing to my channel. We'll talk with you a little later on. Bye-bye.